Hey everybody, this is Pop's Reviews, and I thought I would do a little small overview video of the Filsinger Games Legends of Wrestling card and dice game. I know I've already done a video of kind of the starter set of what you get and a little bit of playthrough, and of course you've seen me do matches and that for this game. I've done 3 different events for this. I probably plan to do another event pretty soon. But I thought I would do a video on just if you're a beginner getting into the game, like myself. Actually, I just started getting into this game just a few months ago. But sometimes there's little things that you miss that might be of significance, or you just want to, you don't know maybe where to start. So I just want to give a reference of some of the things maybe that could get you into the game, or some things you might just overlook and would be like, hey, I didn't know this existed as part of this game. So so let's talk about first what you would buy to start the game. Now, on the actual Filsinger Games website, I'm sorry, I'm not high tech where I have all the computer technology to go to their website and point out things. So just hopefully just stay with me, and hopefully I describe things to you where you're able to go to their site and do what you have to do. But initially, when you go to their site, Filsinger Games website, you're going to, if you're interested in this game, there are a few different options from Filsinger Games. There's the Champions of the Galaxy. That is its own separate game. So then there's a Legends of Wrestling. Now these are all compatible. They all have the same. They'll have a card, and they'll have the same layout, and it's compatible across all the lines that they have. So there is a Champions of the Galaxy now, and then there's Legends of Wrestling, what we're going to get into, and then there's also the Independents. So they have Independents, like they have ROH and Shimmer, and I forget the other league they have. Like they have a couple different leagues, but they actually have actual licensed leagues even that for the independents that you could get into. So if you're wanting to get into Legends of Wrestling in particular, you would. For me, what I did was I bought the starter set, the color starter set. It was $27, and with that, now they have a different starter set as well. They have a black and white version. You can get that if you want. They actually will have cards even that don't come with the color set. You actually get more cards, but now the downside to that is, yes, you get more wrestlers with that, but the direction they're going is, one, they're going into color. So it would be up to you. Now the black and white version, I believe, is a $15 set. And I think you get the charts and you get dice and with that, but again, the card stock for the cards are a little bit flimsier. You are getting more wrestlers to use in your game, but you are the card stock is not that great compared to what they use now. So that's just one piece of advice. If you're going to go with the black and white set or the color, I would just go with the color, because that's the way they're going. The color cards just look way more nicer. As you can see, the art on the book here, the wrestlers just look way more nicer than what they look in the old black and whites. And then even when they got to like the actual like real pictures, like I just think the color and the art is just more playful and just really thematic to each wrestler, and that it's just a really beautiful looking game with the direction they're going in now. So that would be my advice, is to just get the color starter set, and like I said, I think that goes for $27. Now, what do you get with that starter set? Again, you get the rule book here, the game instructions. So you get that. You get a booklet here that talks about the different wrestlers. So you get 16 different wrestlers to start your game with. And as you can see, you're getting from all different types of eras, right? So Whether you're a fan of WWF, NWA, ECW, like whatever, Memphis, whatever type of league you have, there it kind of is started with this set here. You also get 4 different charts, okay, that are double-sided. And for me, I personally, because I'm using my charts so much, what I did was I got them laminated. So that's something you probably might want to do as well to preserve your charts, or to get them laminated. So you get 4 double-sided charts with your starter set, and you also get 2 dice that are red and blue. And you know what? It's funny is that, like, I believe another YouTuber, Mr. Al, Red Sox fan, was saying that he also, I believe, just still uses these blue and red dice here. I still use them. You could switch them out. Get bigger dice, but I don't know. There's just something about them. Like, I don't mind playing with them. I haven't lost them yet either, but they're really, really small dice. So, but anyways, that's what comes with your starter set, and then as well you get the 16 wrestlers. So, say for instance here here you have a Macho Man. You're gonna get a card like this, right? Sorry for the shine, but this here, so you get a card like this, and then full colored, and then on the back he has all the stats for the game that are all explained, and so you'll get 16 different wrestlers, and I guess since we are also talking about the cards here, I have maybe another thing you might want to invest in, because you're going to be using these cards. You could play without these top loaders, but I bought these top loaders to protect my cards, because they kind of are, I guess, an investment, and the art is really, really nice with the cards. So you want to preserve your cards as long as you can. So I bought these Ultra Pro top loaders. Another guy, YouTuber out there, solo promoter. He was. I seen one of the first guys I seen that had these top loaders. Now I'm sure there's other guys out there, but he was one of the first I saw that had the top loaders. So I like to protect my cards as well for other games and prolong my games and that. So this is an investment. They are a little more pricey now. I think if you go directly from the Ultra Pro website, you might get them for cheaper. But if they on Amazon right now, they might go for about $18 US on Amazon.com. So they are a little bit of investment. You get 25 in a pack, and but if you want to protect your cards, might be a way to go. Or I believe you could possibly buy soft sleeves, but again, they're softer, so they won't be as tough as these plastic top loaders. So that's one piece of advice that you might want to invest in. Okay, so now that you have the starter set, where do you go from here, right? So the next thing I would say now, they on their website, they have a whole lot of different expansions you could buy. There's, I believe, 9, maybe almost 10 expansions, right? Just called expansions. And then there's different Hall of Fame sets and that, and you could, like I said, and then you could even go into the indies if you want and start crossing them over. You can even buy indie starter sets. Even if you didn't want to buy a Legends of Wrestling starter set, they have a ROH starter set. But if you're particularly wanting these guys, obviously you have to buy the Legends of Wrestling starter set, right? So if you're into more of the Legends of Wrestling and you want to buy something, let's say I want to go into a more old school WWF thematic, have more WWF thematic wrestlers in my league. So there is this pack, the expansion 6. Now they have each expansion is a thematic to a league. So this particular one is more thematic to WWF. Now I'm just kind of showing you like where you could go. Like if you wanted more of an ECW theme, you could do that. There's an expansion for that. If you want more of an AWA theme, there is a expansion for that. But if you want to say, like, you see this and you say, hey, I want Sheik and Volkov to fight the Bulldogs, or I want Macho Man against Adrian Adonis, or what I mean. So you could start making the different matchups with the expansions and start expanding your league. And of course, when you buy an expansion, you get these booklets, and they are just wonderful, beautiful booklets that tell you the different names of the wrestlers and give you a little write-up if you're not sure on certain characters or certain guys. So they give you a beautiful write-up. So this is something that you might want to invest in if you want to get a different thematic set of wrestlers for your league. So, but another not obvious thing is there is another expansion. Now, as you can see, expansion 6, there isn't any rules. Like at the back here, you get a write up on the different managers or whatever, Mr. Fuji and that. But that's it for expansion 6. But if you actually were to buy, say, expansion 2, now you can see this is more of a NWA themed expansion. So you have Barry Windham, Magnum TA, Tully Blanchard, JJ Dillon, Ivan Koloff, and all the rest of the guys that come in here. But what makes this expansion maybe more of a must-buy, I would say, is that this also comes with a chart. So, so when you buy the starter set, you get 4 different charts, and you're going to get a generic outside interference chart. So if you have other wrestlers or managers, if the manager doesn't have his own write-up, then you would probably be using this chart for manager and wrestler interference for your matches. But this particular book, Expansion 2, you get a manager interference chart. So this might be something you want to invest in if you want to have managers specifically doing things different to what the other chart says. So it gives you a little more option. And then you also get a gang interference chart and a I Quit match chart. So now you're getting, now you're getting even another specialty match from the rulebook, because the rulebook you get, I believe, a cage match, and you get this I Quit match, and I think a submission match. Let me look at the rulebook quickly, because I want to tell you guys exact information here for when you buy this game. So just give me 1 second here. Yes, so you get a, is there a chart? So they have specialty matches here, there's the no DQ cage match. And they kind of give you instructions, 6 or 8 man tag matches, and then they give you a little write up here at the back of what you should do or whatever, possibly where to go with your league. But yes, expansion 2, you are getting the manager table. So that's something that's not really advertised, that I did not see. Only just by asking questions in the community. So this is something you probably want to invest in, to have Mr. Fuji, Bobby Heenan, JJ Dillon. This is what you want them rolling on, and not necessarily the outside interference chart. So this would be another expansion probably to get right away if you're if you weren't going for a certain theme league. I would definitely probably buy this, right at the start as one of the expansions to get. Another thing to touch on is, so you have the obvious expansions on their site. So you have, expansions listed, 1 through 9 or 10. And I believe there also is another expansion with the older guys set. I think it's expansion 7 or 8. I'm not too sure, but one of those expansions have more charts, more cards like this here for the older golden age wrestler guys, because these charts are more for the more modern age of wrestling kind of thing, and then those charts that come with the older generation guys will be more specific to them. So that's another thing you might want to invest in right off the bat, is that expansion has the old timers chart. So you have that. And getting back to my original point here is that there's also different expansions. So you have your different expansions, but what you don't really see on their page initially, you'll see if you go to the initial first page and you click on Legends of Wrestling, and you'll scroll down and you'll see the starter set. you'll see the expansions, and then they have another third category. If you scroll down further, like limited edition type things. So you might see they have limited edition cards. So you might see Brutus Beefcake, limited edition, Greg Valentine, Marty Jannetty. They had a King Kong Bundy, but he sold out. I was kind of frustrated with that they don't have King Kong Bundy, but I was told hopefully they'll be getting him later down the road. So you have limited edition cards in that page there, as well as these expansions, and you'll start to see they have different Hall of Fame sets even. There's a Cauliflower Club, I believe it is, that they have cards for with DDP as in one set and Trish Stratus in another set. And then there's the Luthez Thiago Hall of Fame set there. They have I believe 2 or 3 of those that have come out already. So you have those. But another thing you don't see on that page is something called a Promoter Prime set. Now, the Promoter Primes are different cards that you get in a set for a year. You pay a subscription for the year. So if this were in 2022 and you paid a subscription for 2022, you would be getting cards kind of seasonal, I believe. I haven't really done the subscription just yet because I'm still new and still trying to buy different expansions. But you would get cards kind of like seasonal, and so that's kind of cool because you're kind of getting cards throughout the year. But to find that, it took me a little while too because I've seen different videos on Promoter Prime. To find that, you actually have to go into the tab on the right corner, and when you click on the Legends of Wrestling tab, then it'll pull down a menu and you'll see that they have Promoter Prime. So when you click on Promoter Prime, you'll see that there's now you could buy Promoter Prime for Legends of Wrestling, for the Indies, and as well as Champion of the Galaxy. You could buy them individually for the year, or you could buy it as a big total group thing for all 3 different sets if you want for I believe it's like almost $80. But if you're just wanting a specific year for a specific line like Legends of Wrestling, then it's I believe it's $29 for the set. So here's the thing, right? So I'm going to show you an example. So here's what you would get in a Promoter Prime. So you did not see on the original page that they have the Killer Bees. All you're seeing really is these expansions here. But if you're like me, if you're wanting to see the British Bulldogs take on the Killer Bees, well, in Promoter Prime 2020, this is how you get the Killer Bees. Okay, so this is something you'd have to check. They have a list of the names that come in the Promoter Primes, but here you'd see you would get Virgil, and you would get Vampiro and Conan, Juventud Guerrera. So you're getting a whole list of guys here that are not really advertised on the page here. There's Tommy Gilbert, here's Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. So you get about, I believe it's 10 to 12 cards for the set. Here's another Gordon Soley that's not really advertised on the page. Here's J.J. Dillon from when he was his younger days. So yes, you're getting at least, I believe it's 12 cards for the year, and they have older sets, from 2021 and back to as far back I think as 2014. But some of the original sets are not up to par as what they are here. So you just have to do maybe a little bit of homework and look to see what cards you would really want. Otherwise, you probably want the more recent sets. But yeah, so Promoter Primes is how you would get these like Killer Bees. This is the 2020 Promoter Prime. The 2021 I also have the Dream Team of Valentine and Beefcake. So the Valentine and Beefcake on the expansions is a limited edition card that it's almost like when they went single when they were facing each other. But the Promoter Prime Edition 2021, you have Valentine and Beefcake as partners with their manager, Luscious Johnny Valiant. So that's something, if you were a big fan of WWF and you want to have those kind of matches, then that's what you would buy, Promoter Prime. But again, it's not really advertised on there. You have to go into the special special menu on the top right. Click on Legends of Wrestling, and then you'll see a little sub menu of Promoter Prime. And then, you click on that. And then even when you see the list of the different years, you still have to click on a click here to be able to purchase it. So just another little word of advice, and another key if you want to get into some of these cards that they might help your league. So that's another thing, another piece of advice. Another piece of advice for you guys out there too as well is to buy the Filsinger Games Ringside Companion Volume 1. Now, they sell this on the expansion page. You were able to find this on there. It's not as obvious, I think, of a purchase because you want, especially if you're someone new, you want to kind of get into getting into the expansion wrestlers and getting more wrestlers for your league. But actually, this here is an investment. Going back to the Promoter Prime, I think I should have said, so to buy a set of Promoter Prime for a year is $29. Okay, so just so you know, that's the price. It's a little more pricier than buying one of these actual expansions here. But again, you're getting, I believe, 12 different cards as opposed, I think sometimes these have about 10. Getting books, so it's, it's a matter of what you're choosing is, right? Okay, so now going back to this book here. This here, it is a real game changer in the sense that, once you've played matches, you've kind of played them just as normal matches with the charts and that. This book has the specialty matches in it. So, right off the start here, you're going to see they have an alley fight, and then they have the chart for the alley fight. If you do that, they have all the rules for it as well. They have a barbed wire baseball bat match. They have a broken bat match. They have they have a battle royal. So if you ever wanted to try a battle royal, they have rules for that. So just in case, you could try and figure out things on your own if you want and try and, make up your own world or make up your own matches and stuff. But sometimes if you don't have just the imagination for it, or, just, you kind of have a block for what kind of matches you want to do. Well, here you have matches that you're, just write up and they have the rules and the charts for them. So this is, something, a useful tool. This is also, $29 to $30 on their site, but you're getting, the different matches for Legends of Wrestling, Indies Wrestling. It can be used for as well. And then also they have Champions of the Galaxy matches here as well that you could use, but some of them kind of cross over with the Legends of Wrestling line as well. So this is a very good investment, a good tool to be used for your league. And something not probably as obvious, I think, of a buy, unless you kind of know what's in this book. So that there, and just maybe another thing, as you are getting deeper into your league and that, you probably want to buy possibly like a notebook or something, just to probably keep track of your matches, or obviously you could do it on your computer. Like I'm just a old school guy that does my things in a notebook here, but yeah, you could probably keep track of all this on a computer. It'd be a lot easier. But anyways, guys, I just wanted to give you guys an overview and just where to get started if you're just kind of lost and you're new to the game and you just don't know where to start. I believe hopefully I've given you some options as to how to get started in this and just be able to have fun, and obviously one other thing, once you start to get real deep into the game, then you could go onto the Filsinger boards, and if you're looking for certain wrestlers that are not in expansions, then you have a wonderful community on there that can help you to try and get certain wrestlers you might be looking for. This community, the Filsinger boards community, is a wonderful community. You have to remember that this game is a game that started back in 1986 with Champions of the Galaxy. So these guys are gentlemen on there that want to be respectful to, and they are very willing to help you out if you're respectful and just to have a genuine interest in a game that they love. And we all love wrestling. We all grew up with wrestling. We all love games. That's why we're here, right? So there's a wonderful community out there, and if you ever want to have questions and try to find a card like Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, who is not signed with Filsinger Games, but he is. There are cards out there, and you just have to maybe ask the right people, and they will put you in the right direction to find the certain cards that you want. So that's another thing. Just be respectful to the community, and they will show you love and help you out, and whatever it takes for you to recreate your childhood. And I thank all the guys for helping me out and getting me on the right path of setting up my league and helping me to have fun with this game. So that's all I can think of, guys. I just want to thank you, everyone out there who have supported this channel. I used to do a bunch of different games, different reviews. I still want to. But this game has just been an amazing game. I mean, this is a game, right from it's kind of like playing out my childhood dreams of certain matches, in a dice and card game. For those who play video games, I would probably compare it to something like Fire Pro Wrestling if you were a video gamer. If you're a gamer and liked Fire Pro because it had all the different wrestlers in it and created wrestlers and all that, I'd probably compare it to something like that, just in a card and dice game. So, and this has just been total fun, guys. This is the matches you have and that, and once you buy a game, the game is yours, and you're able to change the rules how you like it. I had to make a few small adjustments. Say for instance, for pin ratings and that, something like Macho Man, he's a 1. He might not be a good example, but let's take a look at the Dragon here. Okay, so the Dragon, let's just say he's a pin 2 for advanced rating. So sometimes by fluke, if he was wrestling somebody and they rolled 2 dice and pin him right off the bat, and it might have been a back and forth match, and you're kind of wow, that's so quick, and so I've made my own rules to kind of adjust for that, and you could make the rules, or you have the different booklets, and you'll get a feel once you play out matches of how maybe what goes with your flow of playing this game. So I just want to, yes, thanks again, guys. Again, I just love this game, love this community. I want to thank Al, Red Sox fan, and Dave Little, the solo promoter. He's done a lot for videos for this game as well. Carl Zilla and Jared and Will, guys on the boards, Slim. They have all helped me get in the right direction with this game, and of course, Todd at Filsinger for all his work that he does. And guys, this is just a wonderful, wonderful community, and all the rest of these guys on the back of this booklet here: Chad Olson, Corey Olson, Mike Molesky, and of course Warner Muick for the work that he's done. The art that he's done on this game is just phenomenal. So again, beautiful game, guys, easy to get into, and I hope this answers maybe some questions you have if you're looking to start up into this game, maybe where to go and to how to get started in this game. But to start off with this here, with the starter set, and to have 16 different wrestlers, you'll be playing for a good little while, right? And then you can probably get into one of the expansions. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give this overview. Hope you liked it. Hope I covered all the bases with it or answered any questions for you. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, if I said anything wrong about this game, you're more than willing to leave a comment. I'd be more than happy to answer your questions. But I just wanted to thank you guys out there for supporting and watching the channel, and I hope to be having another event be done soon for you guys. So Hopefully you guys see you in the next video, and hope you guys are doing well, and God bless.